me an orc and see how ugly I can make him. I do want to remind people I've not played this game before. This is a first playthrough.
I've seen you.
Damn, Patrick Stewart.
Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams.
If I was walking down the street and I saw this guy walking on the same, I would cross to the other side of the street. I try not to do that because I don't want to like unfairly profile people, but if this guy with these robes and a sword was like walking down Santa Monica Avenue, oh my God, that doesn't make me racist. That makes me scared of creepy people wearing robes and holding a katana. This reminds me of, there was one time I was running in LA and I ran by a park and there was a guy in a children's playground who I think was either mentally unwell or on drugs or both, and was holding a machete and swinging around in his underwear. And I was like, damn, that's not a place I would want my kids to be playing right now. And there, in fact, were no kids playing there at that point. That's what I mean. It's not that I feel like this is an inherently bad person, but I'm still not going to go hang around the guy who, I want to be clear, this is like 2019. I'm not talking about a couple hundred years ago when people had like medieval weapons occasionally. This is recently, like on a park.
What the fuck, Doug? That creepy guy volunteers at the homeless shelter every Saturday and the children's hospital every Sunday.
I don't think that.
What the fuck do you do?
I don't think that means you should just be like hanging out with a machete in the 2010s or 2020s. It's not normal to be using a machete unless you're doing like an island survival challenge.
Go out and ask the guy with the machete for a duel if you are not a coward.
This is going to shock you. I actually don't keep a machete around and haven't for about 350 years. The last time my family had one in our home, in our possession, was in the Dark Ages.
Let a guy have a machete if he wants. God forbid he has hobbies.
I just feel like if you're using your machete in your underwear, there's other places than the playground. And maybe that's unfair of me.
Do you guys also feel joggers are super judgy these days? I can't even swing a machete around in a park anymore.
I just feel like this guy is not creating a welcoming environment for people to have their children play on the playground. Maybe what he was doing was he was warding off wolves to protect the local village children and make everyone feel safer in downtown Los Angeles. I was being inconsiderate. He was threatening the weirdos. So I was the weird threatening one going on a run. And he was the normal guy who, again, yelling at nobody in his underwear, swinging a machete around in a playground in downtown Los Angeles. Probably what happened is a bunch of parents complained in the local community and said there's this weird guy who keeps running by and he keeps saying that he's good at 2D platformers and we feel uncomfortable. Hey, John Machete, can you go out there and take care of things? And he stood up in his underwear and he said, yes, I can. And he unsheathed his machete and he ran out to the playground and the community was safe. And then I moved out in 2020.
Doug, I can't stand you slandering the machete. Did you know while other tools get lost or break under pressure, the machete calmly slices through problems like it's buttering toast?
Actually, my issue with the guy swinging a machete at a playground wasn't the structural integrity of a machete. I am actually somewhat interested in the story.
Give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son.
What?
Find him and close shut the jaws of oblivion.
Is he gonna survive?
The amulet. Where's the amulet of kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body.
The Emperor gave it to me.
Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you.
Dude, I would not trust. If my job was to protect a US senator or something, and there's assassins trying to get him, and we take him into a tunnel, and then some creepy old orc dude jumps in there and is like, yeah, I'll help out, and then suddenly start being attacked by assassins, and this dude is running around almost naked, swinging around a machete, like I've been doing, and then the senator is like, here, have my precious gemerald. I would not be like, oh, cool, this guy's trustworthy. Nothing that I've done has been trustworthy at all. There's no way this guy would be like, yeah, you know what? I won't go take this to Joffrey myself. I'll let this creepy guy do it. Yeah, but he dreamed about you though. If I was supposed to keep a US senator alive and we're like going through sewers because Luigi Manioni is chasing him through New York City and we're like, come on, let's be careful. And some guy kicks open a side door and he's in his underwear swinging around a machete. And the senator was like, I dreamed about you. That wouldn't make me feel comfortable as his bodyguard. I would be like, actually, no, sorry, we're fine. We're good, dude. Go. If anything, I'd be like, go kill Luigi with your machete and then we can talk. But that's not what happened. Luigi came in and kills the senator and then this this guy's like, oh shit, do you have the Declaration of Independence? And then the guy is like, oh yeah, he said I should have it. He didn't even hear that from him. He didn't even hear the Emperor say this. I'm just like standing over the Emperor's dead body and I'm like, he totally said I could have the amulet. If I walked in and there's a crazy guy with a machete standing over the body of a dead senator and it was like, he told me I should have the Declaration of Independence, he dreamed about it, I would not be like, oh yeah, that checks out, dude.
The Emperor's trust was well placed.
I would not trust this guy. I'm wearing an assassin hood. This looks, I don't mean to profile this guy.
Hey Doug, I'm gonna need you to stop being so judgmental. I know you've done well for yourself, but you need to remember that not everyone can afford a private machete swinging space like you can.
You know what? That's fair.
You go around playgrounds looking for toilet-costumed children to piss on, but God forbid I go around looking for log-costumed children with my machete. All of a sudden I am a weirdo.
Some of you guys, I mean this with all due respect, don't have great social etiquette. Just a couple. But it is considered weird to have a machete in public. This feels like when a bunch of people are like, hey Doug, you look really tired today. Are you okay? I had to inform these people who kept saying this, like, just so you know, that's not a compliment. That just sounds bad, man. I'm looking at this dude because if you guys vote that I'm a coward, I'm just gonna kill this guy. This dude's blood is on your hands, okay?
Stop being a coward!
A coin for an old beggar.
He's an orphan? Come on, man. Whatever, this guy seems evil.
Doug, please help. There's a madman in cult robes swinging a sword and slaying orphans in the village playground.
Wait, yeah, I'm the machete guy. I went into the town and killed people with a machete. What? Boast?
Well done.
You can only choose each option once and need to find the right order of the 4. Okay, throw through. What is happening? This is painful to watch. This is not an intuitive minigame, I don't think. Is this what neurotypicals see? Does not feel like a great gameplay mechanic to me. I had to tell 17, so I just like was screaming at this guy for like 2 hours. I guess the concept is I'm sitting here for 2 hours talking to this guy and slowly convincing him that like I'm a good person that he should trust, but in the sketchiest possible way. I also want to remind everybody, I'm a creepy looking orc holding a machete. Like I would not trust me with this. It's not because he's an orc. I'm not saying this because of the color of his skin. I'm saying this because he's a creepy looking old guy wearing weird robes and holding a machete. That has nothing to do, I don't care that he's green. That's not the point, is that he's not a trustworthy acting person. This isn't a guy who I would be stoked to share secrets with. I look like I'm a snitch for the main captain. It looks like I'm a guy who's like, hey fellow kids, anybody else here really upset at the captain and want to complain about it? I don't look like a person who I would trust, you know? By the way, this same guy saw me kill a man right here. He was there. I killed a guy and I went to jail and immediately walked over here and then started telling him jokes for 2 hours. You gotta stop calling your character slurs. Is orc a slur? Don't try to censor orc. It just makes it look worse. We all know you hate or you guys are censoring. I don't even know what you're saying. So for 18 days, I sat there yelling at this dude and telling him jokes until eventually he was like, you know what? I trust you. Why don't you listen to all the secrets about my boss? Like, okay, Barry, he works for me and helps manage my YouTube channel. And I would hope that if one of you guys walks up to him on the street holding a machete and you're like, hey, Barry, you want to hear a joke? And he's like, not really. And you just keep yelling jokes at him for 18 straight days that he wouldn't eventually be like, you seem like a good guy. You know what I fucking hate about Doug? Let's plot against him. Particularly if Barry had just seen him murder a guy. To be fair, most of those 18 days were spent in a jail cell. So, okay, so like a local criminal who's been living in the jail comes up with a machete and starts telling him jokes. And he's like, yeah, man, I would for sure overthrow my boss with you.
You're being a coward!
Ow! I feel bad. I don't feel like a Chad. Hell yeah, Chad. I feel like an asshole. This guy sucks. He's just living in their prison, murdering random citizens and telling jokes.
Also screaming at a guy for 2 hours is just TTS. Welcome to our lives.
So I went up and yelled TTS at him for 18 days until he gave in.
You're an orc with incredibly low speechcraft. Of course the process takes a while. You have no riz.
I'm a man who knows how to talk.
Kermit was right. It isn't easy being green in a world filled with prejudiced people like you.
First off, if Kermit was running around in his underwear with a machete in the middle of town, this is what it looked like. I was running and there was a playground and there was a guy doing this. This is what it looked like. And I was the guard. I was running on the sidewalk and I was like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna cross the street. It's not about him being green. That's not the thing that concerns me about this. It's the thing. If I came in here, I would cross the street to a different church.
So you don't hate him for being green, but you hate his culture of wielding a religious sword in public?
Yeah. I just want to remind you guys, we live in a society now.
Machetes don't kill people, orcs do. Bet you agree with that, you bigot.
I am going to ignore this line of jokes.
Your path is clear.
Am I the only one in this game who wouldn't trust me? Also, dude, you're not hidden. Am I the only person here who would be creeped out by this dude? I'm the only one. I'm not lying when I say this is what the guy looked like at that playground that I ran past. And I felt like I'm gonna keep my distance. And that seemed like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. And everybody else is like fucking coming up to me and spilling their heart out. All I've done is told jokes and kill people.
Doug, when the orc moved in down the street, you said, oh god, there goes the neighborhood. We get it, you were raised in a religious family.
If a dude moved in down the street from me, of any race, of any creed, I would be concerned about it. If they were naked and waved a machete around.
Well, I'll be a spotted snow bear, a customer. By the gods.
I feel like I've just ruined the vibes in this inn, and let's just clear it out and make things simple. This is why we can't trust people with machetes. This is what I mean. The instant you give a man a machete, this sort of thing happens. Doug is giving machete swingers a bad rep.
Doug, that neighbor isn't a machete. He's a vet. He lost his arm in the war. The machete is a prosthetic. Hey Doug. Love the podcast. What really spoke to me was in the latest episode when you said I hate the Green Goblin from Spider-Man. Yes, he commits crimes and kills people. That isn't what bothers me. It's the color of the gobbler. Putrid green ghoul man. Was a unique perspective I'm glad you shared.
Can you drop that on the next podcast episode? Just that exact phrase. Just be like, I just don't like what Doug said about, and then insert like super villain character.